happened? Did I fall asleep? Where are Joshua and Beat?
Hey, do you mind?
Huh?
Saving people from monsters, it just never ends. Greetings, I am Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, where today we finally meet the last of all the World's Ends with You characters, so if you wanted to see any of the Reapers, or the Composer, for lack of a better stage, phrase, whatever. Yes, it seems that even my vocabulary says, oh, hang on, pizza's here. Yeah, and I'm back, sorry about that, I dreamed up a pizza, and it came to me. Oh, dreams really do come true for the low price of your local pizzeria. But anyway, yeah, there's a pizza sitting over there, lightly steaming, and I would like to be eating it right now. But to be honest, I will relent, because, you know, one of the biggest faux pas for commentary that I can really say is, well, eating things while you're recording. I mean, again, eating during cutscenes and having a drink or whatever if you're staying silent, sure, whatever, but no viewer wants to hear the audible sounds of your indescribably horrific mouth swishing noises and... ugh.
Stay back.
Yeah, didn't bother to stay silent during that cutscene because it's literally Riku telling Shiki to stay back. So anyway, just one quick beat up all the Dream Eaters here and then we get introduced to Shiki good and proper. And it's, I mean, if I can kind of jump the gun a little bit here, you know, moving the topic away from horrible swishing mouth noises and chewing food to, you know, how Riku's character is portrayed in this game. Yeah, it does continue his arc, you know, from where he left off in Kingdom Hearts 2, where he was, you know, a lost soul, still struggling with the darkness. It's quite clear, as you could probably tell in Part 1, where, you know, he was still very apprehensive about the whole thing. Again, he accepts darkness as part of himself, as he did during Chain of Memories and, you know, later during Kingdom Hearts 2, but here he's on a bit of a quest to see if he's truly worthy to wield the Keyblade. If, you know, the Keyblade choosing him and him, you know, inheriting... shit, I forgot what Riku's Keyblade was called. Way to Dawn, I think it is? Yeah. He wants to see whether or not he's truly worthy to wield it, as, you know, a Keyblade user of both light and darkness, so... yeah, that pretty much provides the crux of his story arc, and will he succeed? Oh, well. We'll just have to wait and see whether or not he will make Keyblade Master. Slam! Yeah, get a good look at that Riku ass. Because as David Gallagher has said, Riku's a sexy guy.
Seriously, thanks. I'm Shiki. How about you?
Riku.
Thanks, Riku.
Sure.
Hey, that's it? You chat up a girl and then just say, sure, and walk off?
I'm bad at this. Sorry. Look, it's not safe here. You should go home.
If it's dangerous, how can you just leave me here? Aren't you my knight in shining armor? Well?
Knight? You've got the wrong idea.
Oh my gosh, I was so just kidding. You get out much? You remind me of this guy I know. Well, good thing we met.
Yeah, great.
Nice little character moment, I think. Riku's just, you know, he's not very good at personal conversations, or, at the very least, you know, dealing with flirty, teasing women. You know, furthering, you know, his and Sora's whole little, Riku, I love you, and, Riku, being a lovely gay little boy, has also got it bad for the Sora. But yeah, to kind of talk about Traverse Town's level design in terms of the whole duality aspect of Dream Drop Distance, and you will hear a little bit more about this from Joshua, you know, if we haven't already, with his little introduction of two different dream worlds, dreamers, whatever. As we heard previously, yeah, there is two variants of Traverse Town, both in terms of level design and indeed in story. Yeah, in this case, it's, well, Riku's going to be taking one section of Traverse Town, Sora takes the other, and yeah, you'll have areas that Sora can explore that Riku can't, and, you know, vice versa, so... there is a fair bit of level variety in terms of what you're exploring, compared to the likes of Birth by Sleep, where you only had sectioned off areas, and to that effect, it does make, you know, repeat playthroughs of the levels in Dream Drop Distance a little bit more fresh whenever you're going back to them for, you know, whatever you really need to. I mean, granted, there isn't really, like, a lot of bonus things you can do in these specific levels outside of, you know, what you're initially there for. I mean, Traverse Town has, you know, Flick Rush, it has you know, some of the stuff you can do with the Dream Meters and the, you know, obviously the Super Boss, but that's really about it. I mean, granted, in typical Kingdom Hearts tradition, you know, you do have treasure chests, you do have, like, you know, areas you can explore just for the sake of grinding Dream Meter materials to synthesize a higher grade of Dream Meter. Bada bing, you do the thing, so that's really all the backtracking that you're gonna be doing if you choose to replay certain levels throughout the game. You do also have link portals, which I don't think I really mentioned it that much beforehand, but again, if you go towards them, you basically get a temporary Dream Meter partner, which gives you a higher grade of Dream Meter for, you know, that stage in the game. You can't take it with you from levels onwards, so it's really just something for you to use. But then again, I never really used it that much, apart from that one time as Sora when I got hit it by accident, so yeah, that's the only time you're going to be seeing it. And I guess to further comment on the Dream Meters, because, you know, fuck it, why not, as we commute around Traverse Town, which is given much more of an urban sprawl here, or at least with you know, slight tinges of fantasy, as you can tell with its very European design, as we can see here. Yeah, when it came to my first playthrough of Dream Drop Distance, I never actually used many of the Dream Meters all that much, and kind of counterintuitively though, because the game really wants you to invest in you know, the stats and everything, but counterintuitively, I actually kind of got attached to my Dream Meters at the time, so yeah, Vamp and Anal Cunt were pretty much my primary Dream Meters throughout the game, which, I mean, to some extent is sort of a canonical thing, because in Kingdom Hearts 3, Anal Cunt actually does come back as a little Link summon that you can use, you know, it's done in a very similar fashion to Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, so, you know, you don't have to worry about Dream Meters, and, you know, as we will see later on, yeah, the Komori Bat, aka Vamp, is pretty much Riku's primary Dream Meter, so yeah, I felt too attached to my little buddies to just sort of replace them by the time they were fully upgraded, so yeah. By proxy of them wanting you to find the Dream Meters cute and adorable, I didn't want to abandon them for somebody else, because I'm that much of a fucking sap. So, I mean, take that for what you will, but, yeah, for the sake of the playthrough, I do try and balance that, you know, sentimentality and, you know, logistical combat pragmatism, you know, by half measures, really, in the sense that I'll pretty much keep Vamp and Anal Cunt as, you know, Sora and Riku's prime Dream Meters, but I will be swapping out the third Dream Meter party member for, you know, different Dream Meters that I get, show off what their, you know, dealing ability is in terms of, you know, what their special attacks are and how that changes up the gameplay style, to sort of replicate the command styles that you would have seen in Birth by Sleep. Like, for example, you would have had like a, you know, Arrow, then you would have had like a, you know, Firestorm command style, Blizzard, Lightning, that sort of thing that you would have gotten by using specific attacks. In this case, done by the Dream Meters, so yeah. I'd say if you're jumping from Birth by Sleep to Dream Drop Distance, it's fairly familiar territory, and even if you're jumping from, you know, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2 through to this game, yeah, not really too much you really need to adjust, because, I mean, apart from that, the base mechanics are still very familiar territory, so yeah, I mean, say what you will about Kingdom Hearts, but I feel like the gameplay side of things is very easy to get into. Story, on the other hand, is a very different kettle of fish, because, I mean, as you've no doubt been seeing throughout the Immediate Res Yensid's tower segments, you know, before Sora and Riku begin their journey, yeah, they're doing their best to sort of catch everybody up in terms of, you know, background mythology, you know, as you know, Xehanort and his evil plan, and then you defeated Ansem and Xemnas, and all that sort of thing, and it is a criticism that's sort of leading to Kingdom Hearts 3 both trying to conclude all these plot threads that they set up, and in turn trying to also get newcomers up to speed on the off chance that they haven't played most of the previous games, but yeah, it can lead to a few inorganic story threads and basically a lot of people getting info dumped when an engaging story usually, you know, brings you in a lot with it, which is part of the reason why I think Square Enix made the right call in terms of, you know, introducing a lot of the Kingdom Hearts story so far compilations, which, you know, pretty much pack together all the games where they can, you know, from Kingdom Hearts 1, Reach End Memories, and again, if they can't get the games themselves, they'll at least get cutscene compilations of titles like 358 over 2 days encoded, so that you can at least watch a movie version and pretty much get all the information that you need while experiencing the story, which, you know, sinks into the mind a lot better than what would otherwise be getting it recounted to you. Which, I mean, arguably is where some games like Melody of Memory fall down, where they do try to bridge it, but yeah, story-wise, it's not quite the same, although Melody of Memory was really more, well, both a bit of a side dish and a prelude to Kingdom Hearts 4, but in turn was also just, what was meant to be a Kairi-centric game that didn't actually end up being a Kairi-centric game. And oh, don't worry, we'll get to Kairi right at the tail end of this game. By which I mean that she's related to the secret ending. That's all I'll say for now. Whee! Reality shifts. Delicious. But yeah, I guess to talk about synthesis and all that kind of stuff, since you're pretty much synthesizing Dream Eaters as opposed to, you know, materials to get the ultimate weapon. Yeah, all you really need to do at this stage is pretty much just kill Dream Eaters with they drop like little pink puffs and shiny things. Use those to pretty much synthesize Dream Eaters, put, you know, 2 Dream Eater things together, then combine them with an ability, and bada bing, you do the thing, they get a little stat buff in terms of health. Magic abilities, name your poison, whatever, and yeah, that's pretty much how you get a higher grade of Dream Eaters. It is highly recommended that you experiment, although you do get, you can buy, I think for the Moogle shops, you can actually get like a synthesis list, so you can at least get the very base Dream Eater if you want to know like what specific ingredients create what. But yeah, the game does encourage you to sort of experiment with different ingredients and get higher grades of Dream Eaters, which I didn't do because I wasn't really aware of it at the time, and by the time I was, well, it was too little too late, and as much as my early game plans were trying to get as many Dream Eaters as possible, I wasn't able to. And to be honest, I'm kind of thankful for that, because, I mean, as I was playing through the game and I was thinking, oh shit, am I gonna miss out on some unique Dream Eater abilities? But I also found out that because of the fact that each Dream Eater having its own unique ability would be a little bit too programming and, I guess, memory intensive on the 3DS, which this game was originally released for. Yeah, they do double up a few specific abilities on certain characters, so yeah, some characters that have a fire ability will in turn have the same sort of link-up attack, so nothing to really worry about at that stage. But yeah, I will try and show off as much as possible, but I mean, if you are interested in the Dream Eaters as, you know, either a cutesy, kind of in a Chow Garden kind of way, like raising up their stats and, you know, bonding with them and, you know, unlocking as many as you can, feel free to pick up the game for yourself. I mean, it's included with, well, Kingdom Hearts the story so far, or, I think if it's, I think it was like the 2.8 collection as well, that also comes with, both a prelude to Kingdom Hearts 3 and, in turn, context that's relevant to, you know, the current story arc with the Union Cross back cover, which is a whole different kettle of fish that I probably won't be covering until... Well, I mean, probably not until for a couple of years now, at least until after I finish Kingdom Hearts 3, where it's actually slightly relevant. But regardless of such, though, leveling up. Potion? Delicious potion. Now, and by the way, you might be noticing that Riku has an ability called Balloon Magic. Yeah, it's technically meant to be, I guess, the stand-in for the Final Fantasy equivalent of Water Magic, but yeah, for some reason we don't actually get Water Magic until Kingdom Hearts 3 at the earliest, which is a bit of a shame, but I don't know, I guess balloons were meant to be the sort of practice kind of thing. I mean, I'm not really too sure why. I guess maybe, like, as a training tool, it's kind of meant to be something similar to, like, a Naruto Rasengan kind of thing, where, like, he was... whatever. I mean, for those of you who haven't seen, like, the anime or read the manga or whatever, it was pretty much that thing where, like, he's trying to, like, focus chakra and energy into, like, creating a swirling vortex or some shit. Whatever. The basic principle is that, yeah, balloons are very powerful in this game, and you will need them. And they come in very handy with the game's super boss, so, yeah. Balloons are powerful. And don't worry, they all float. And when you're down here, you'll float too. Actually, in terms of thinking of villains, again, I was planning on saving this as a bit of a joke for a later date about, you know, oh, Dream Drop Distance, hopefully they don't come across Freddy Krueger if he was owned by Disney. But now I'm just thinking Pennywise. That is to say, Tim Curry Pennywise versus Sora and Riku. Hey Sora, do you have King Mickey in a can? You do? When you better let the poor guy out. Waha, waha. God, what a horrible miniseries and what a wonderful, sweet transvestite. Well, purchasing stuff from the shop. Snazzy music of Traverse Town that still keeps them with a, oh yes, tuck all the kiddies into bed and tell them a little bedtime story about knights and princesses, lords and ladies, and evil villains, my laddie-o.
Over
We should stick together. Perfect. You can't expect me to... Shiki. No way.
How did you get here?
Who are you?
By choice or chance, you cannot control what you are not aware of. This wakeless sleep will be your prison, to wander forever.
What do you mean?
Riku! Don't you listen to that punk! Shiki's gonna be fine. She told me what's up. Hoodie here set this whole thing up, yo. He promised to send Shiki back to our world, and you was the cost of travel. Yo, this is seriously one half-baked excuse for a mission. Bet you ain't even a Reaper.
All right. Who are you? Wait!
I'm really sorry, Riku.
It's all right. Beat. Watch her.
I got this, yo!
Hey motherfucker, hey motherfucker, I'm Beats, yo! Cultural appropriation, motherfucker! Ugh, God, I can't believe I just fucking said that, I feel dirty. But yeah, now it seems that this organization member is not somebody we know, but rather somebody who looks like Xehanort's son. Could he be getting revenge for his grandfather? Yes, my grandson, make fun of Riku for being such a dorky boy and rejecting the darkness. But anyway, this is the second phase of Fucko Monkey. Basically, unlike Sora's version who had legs, this one doesn't, implying that it is meant to be fought second. And to be honest, it kind of looks like what happens when you're, when you're playing around as a kid, you flip your toys upside down and oh no, it's evil Fucko Monkey. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, now we have its body and we can fling it up and destroy its arms, so... Yeah, it's very much aping the, well, guard armor from Kingdom Hearts 1 in terms of its design philosophy, which... Yeah, well, I'd say guard armor, but really it's more opposite armor from Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories, really. So, yeah, it's meant to be a more powerful variant, and, given the limited space, it would otherwise be a bit more of an issue, but you do also have flow motion. But to kind of talk about flow motion a little bit more, it doesn't grant you invincibility frames, unlike using your special abilities, so... Yeah, do be forewarned in enclosed spaces, you are still vulnerable to attack in flow motion when you're pulling off your attacks, and that can be quite deadly. But onto a cutscene.
Hey, what is this?
What are we seeing?
This is so messed up, man! She's right here in front of me and I can't reach her!
If your hearts are connected, you'll reach her.
Rhyme.
Neku.
Sora.
Look at him. Looking at his boyfriend. And thus we get our unique Keyblade of the Knell, Skull Noise, designed after the World Ends With You with all the skull pins and everything, which, in the World Ends With You, I believe were your primary way of getting new attacks and abilities to utilize in combat for that game. I don't know. It fits in with the whole, fashion icon thing that they're actually doing with the World Ends With You. Kind of a bit odd that they didn't actually have that take place in, fuck, what was the fashion district called? Was it Harajuku or was it... Shinjuku or something. I think so. I'm trying to remember the I think that might have been the fashion district of, Tokyo, but that's neither here nor there in this case. In the meantime, though, this is pretty much where we can move on to our next world as Riku, but, yeah, no time to move on yet, and, this is the forecast thing. Basically, you can have, certain things, play it a bit differently. You get either a bit of a health bonus, or you can have, bargain sales at a Moogle shop, and you get also, certain special encounter Dream Eaters if you choose to return to that level, but, yeah, looks like Riku's having a bit of a nap. I would talk about this screen, but I'm feeling a bit tired. I'm just gonna have a bit of a sleep. And now Sora's woken up, he's well rested, he is tanned and sexy, and now it's time to take on Fucko Monkey, Mark 1. Who again, as I mentioned previously, is primarily, it's pretty much just guard armor phase 1, so yeah, he does hit hard, he pretty much does his generic King Kong Unga Bunga, I'm gonna flash my monkey ass at you and then pummel my fist at you. And really the only challenging part of this entire boss fight to begin with is, well, primarily, don't stand still like a, sore-headed son of a bitch and just wail on the guy. Avoid his punch attacks and, well, yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote, really. I mean, the only real thing to talk about with Fucko Monkey apart from this is that, well, yeah, your only real bane in this fight is whether or not you run out of, the drop meter, which is only really a bit of a problem here because we don't have drop me knots yet, but, yeah. Whatever, Sora had a nice little sleep, so now we can pretty much use his reality shift command to use the world's, unique gimmick to stop them, and, yeah. It is kind of a bit of a shame that I wouldn't have had, like, a unique reality shift command in order to finish off the boss, to kind of ape the commands that you would have seen in Kingdom Hearts 2, where you could, pull off some slick and silky moves to take him down, but, I don't know. Maybe it might have been 3DS limitations, maybe the developers just didn't really think of it at the time, maybe it's Maybelline, who knows? Fucko Monkey is dead, never to be seen again. Or, is he? I can't quite remember. Thank Namine, but anyway, time for a cutscene.
Riku! Huh? Hold on, Sora. Huh?
Joshua.
Hello, Neku. How long the days without you have felt.
Rhyme! I'm glad you're okay. Neku, do you know this guy?
Yeah. Joshua. He's my friend.
Okay. Are you the one who took Rhyme away? And why do you know my name?
If you'd like to settle down for a sec, I'll field your questions one at a time. Let's start with Rhyme. I'm hanging on to her dreams for her. They're my portal.
Huh?
Let's just say her dreams are a gateway between worlds.
Oh.
Next question. How could I possibly know your name, right? This town has a little secret. It only appears when someone out there has need of shelter. I'll spare you the details, but right now it's made up of my dreams. So of course I know you. I dreamed you up. I know your best friend Riku, too.
Really? You know Riku?
Well, yeah. I'm kind of omniscient.
Then where is he?
He's right inside this projection. In another imagining of this world.
You mean another Traverse Town? Can I get there with your portal thing?
Sad to say, it won't work for you. My portal thing only opens for the one with Rhyme's dreams. In this projection, you're seeing another chain of events, in another world trapped by the Dream Eaters. As for how the world got split in two, I have a feeling you'll need to ask this guy.
Him again.
Huh?
Who's that?
Beat.
Shiki.
Riku.
In their world, something happened that brought their existence to an end. To keep them from fading altogether, I gathered up the very last remnants of their dreams and looked for a place to give them refuge. It was then this world appeared to answer my call, and Rhyme's dreams allowed us to reach it. Here, I thought they might have a chance, that the pieces of their dreams could make them whole again. Imagine my surprise when I realized dreams take bodily form in this world. It struck me, by linking their dream pieces back together, maybe I could make them exist again. Maybe I could give them another chance.
It can't be that simple.
Well, why can't it? By ourselves, we're no one. It's when other people look at us and see someone, that's the moment we each start to exist. All they needed was for someone to see them, connect with them. And the two of you were a big part of making it happen.
Joshua, who are you?
Let's say, a friend.
One dream is connected to another, which means we must choose in which sleeping world you will begin. I will return you to the Destiny Islands just before they were swallowed by the darkness and plunged into sleep. Once dreams take you, you must let them guide you to the sleeping worlds. As there are 7 pure lights, there are 7 sleeping keyholes. Unlocking these will both grant you new powers and free the worlds from their wakelessness. Complete this task and return here safely, and I will name you both True Masters